Good morning friends. Now today we will talk about paramecium stages showing binary fission. So here we are show with the help of this diagram we will understand how the binary fission take place in paramecium. Suppose this is a normal diagram of a binary fission. Here the macronucleus is a giant nucleus as well as micronucleus, both are shown in this diagram number A, as well as we will see the diagram number B where we will find that this is the macronucleus which is dividing amitotically, right, and this is called as macronucleus dividing amitotically, and this region is known as oral groove disappearing. This is called as oral groove and it is disappearing in second diagram. Now here we will see in diagram number C that this is a new oral groove formation take place in diagram number C, and here new oral groove forming at the upper end, and this is the both of the loops are constricting. So this is constriction which is showing here. Actually the two things take place, one is known as karyokinesis and one is called as cytokinesis. So we will understand what is karyokinesis. Karyokinesis means karyo means nucleus and kinesis means division. So division of nucleus is known as karyokinesis. Now we will see what is cytokinesis. Cytokinesis. Cyto means cytoplasm as well as the kinesis means division. So we will understand that with the term cytokinesis means cytoplasmic division. So that is known as cytokinesis. Karyo means nucleus division, karyo means nucleus and kinesis means division, as well as cyto means cytoplasm and kinesis means division. So division of, in this C stage we will see that division of nucleus as well as cytoplasm both will be taking together. So contraction is forming at the middle half of the body of paramecium in diagram number C and D, and the differences we will see here. Here the elongation of the nucleus taken place as well as cytoplasmic elongation, and here we will find in second diagram this here the basically new contractile vacuole formation taken place at the both of the arms of the particular animal, that is paramecium. In this diagram, last diagram E diagram, we will see from parent cell the formation of two daughter cell, that is known as daughter paramecia formation taken place. So this is the one time I have told you that this is diagram A, B, C, D, E, what they are showing. Now we will understand in detail what is happening and how the asexual reproduction taking place, or we can see that paramecium stages showing binary fission. Binary fission is the part of asexual reproduction, how it is taking place in paramecium. Paramecium is an animal which belongs to the phylum Protozoa and it is sleeper like organism, it having a lot of cilia, they live in water. So we will see the asexual reproduction how it take place. So there they reproduce transverse binary fission in favorable condition. So how they are reproducing? They are reproducing transverse plate formation taking place. Division of cytokinesis as well as karyokinesis is taking place, which is transverse. So they reproduce transverse binary fission in favorable condition, right. And second, paramecium stop feeding with the help of oral groove and buccal cavity, and that is why they started disappearing. So second important point, we understand that paramecium stop feeding from oral groove as well as buccal cavity, and that is why both the organelle get slowly degenerating or disappearing. Third, micronucleus starts divide mitotically. So micronucleus, as we can see here, these are the micronucleus and they are dividing mitotically. So there are two type of cell division, one is mitotic cell division, second is amitotic cell division, the terms which is used in asexual mode of reproduction. We will understand the differences between both. In the case of mitotic cell division or mitotically division, there the parent cell which have a X haploid chromosome, they will be equally divided into two cells with same XX chromosome. The chromosome number will be same and there will be the Xerox copy of their parent cell, as well as they have haploid chromosome, both have haploid chromosome. Genetic material is equally divided into two halves with the process that is called as mitotically cell division, and in this mitotic cell division there are four phases which is completely found. They are prophase, then there is a prophase metaphase, then there is a telophase, anaphase, and last is a telophase. These are the phases, these are the complete phases which is found in mitotic cell division. So, there in cell cycle the formation of basically these phases comes in that G1S G2 phase as well as mitotic phase having prophase, anaphase, metaphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophases, as well as they also have before that, that is a interphase where the genetic material duplicates, and that is why this is the interphase is a hidden phase which is seen in the case of mitotic cell division. The genetic material which is showing here is a haploid X. In the case of interphase, what happened? In this case the genetic material become doubled, and that is 2x which will be divided into x and x. So, this is a hidden phase which is called interphase. When we see the cell cycle, we will understand that in this the genetic material is dividing equally half. But what is amitotic cell division? Amitotic or cell division is that division where these phases are not properly found. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase are not properly found, is known as amitotic cell division, where the cell directly divided into two halves with the help of two process. One is known as karyokinesis and second is known as cytokinesis. By these process they easily divided into two halves. But in this case we will understand that mitotic cell divisions are found, as well as in some places the division of organelle is seen with the help of amitotically also. Again we have to understand that this anterior lobe is known as proter, as well as the posterior lobe is known as opisthe. Opisthe is the posterior lobe and anterior lobe is known as proter. So, paramecium chordatum which divides 2 to 3 times in a day by the help of binary fission. This is the asexual reproduction having different phases which I have told you. Now, we will see that once again we will understand the macronucleus. This is the macronucleus in diagram number A, and this is the micronucleus. Micronucleus is smaller in size. This is the food group, or we can say that oral group, and these are the different prominent nucleus which is found at the top. So, this is normal paramecium which is about to divide. This showing a macronucleus dividing amitotically, as I told you, with the contraction of nucleus by karyokinesis and cytokinesis, the division take place. So, here the only karyokinesis take place because macronucleus is dividing amitotically, and here the micronucleus is dividing amitotically. So, there the contraction will take place and they will divide, which we will see in other diagram. In B diagram, oral groove is also disappearing. Why it is disappearing? I have told you that feeding stops, and that is why buccal cavity also have no work, and that is why both are disappearing in diagram number B. In diagram number C, I have told you that new oral groove formation take place, as well as more elongation of this particular nucleus, that is called as macronucleus, as well as micronucleus. Both are elongating in a tubular structure, as well as constriction also taking place. In this diagram, C diagram, we are clearly seeing that new oral groove, one more oral groove will form at upper arm as well as anterior end which is known as porter, and here the opisthe which is a posterior end, there new oral group formation will take place, right. So, in this diagram, D diagram we will see that due to contraction here the formation, the nucleus is now divided with karyokinesis and macronucleus is divided, and micronucleus is also divided here. So, both are in one segment, means anterior loop, and that is known as porter end, and here this is called as opisthe, where the same type of genetic material is divided with, this is a new contractile vacuoles, two vacuoles are present here, both the ends, right. So, after that the transverse cell division will take place, means transverse binary fission will take place from this elongated body of paramecium, and finally it will make up paramecium one daughter cell, paramecium second daughter cell, that is also known as daughter paramecia, that is also known as daughter paramecia. Now, few questions which is asked in NEET, that is what are the cytoplasmic particles present in paramecium, that will come to understand. First they used to ask about what is kappa particle. Kappa particle is very essential. So, we understand that kappa particles are self-replicating cytoplasmic particles containing DNA which is found in killer strains of paramecium. These are responsible for the production of killing substance paramecium. So, what is the killing substance which is produced by kappa particle is known as a chemical which is produced by killing substance, that is called as paramecin. Paramecin is that chemical which used to kill the particular body, and the kappa particle strains to die when diffuses out in water. This was first reported by a scientist known as T.H. Sinnerborn. T.H. Sinnerborn. So, he is the scientist who has identified first time a particle which is known as kappa particle. These are the self-replicating cytoplasmic particle containing DNA found killer strains, that is in paramecium. These are the responsible for production of killing substances like paramecium. Kappa free strains are to die when diffuses out in water. This was first reported by T.H. Sinnerborn. Now, second, pi particle. What is pi particle? So, pi particle, these amount are mutant, these particles amount are mutant form of kappa particles. So, actually they are the mutant, means they are the same particle, but due to mutation this formation take place, and they are formed by kappa particles only. They do not release any toxic substance meant for killing those which are without such particles. So, pi particles are the mutant particles of kappa, means with the help of mutation the kappa particles only forms the pi particle, but they do not release any toxin. But in the case of kappa particle, paramecin type of toxins are released. In this case there is no toxin release, so they are safe particles, they are known as pi particles. Now, next is mu particles. What is mu particle? These are also cytoplasmic particles which kill the sensitive strain. So, whatever the sensitive strain formation take place, like in kappa particle, they are very sensitive, and killer strain because they have a toxin which is called paramecin. So, that is killed, because in mu particle they are also a cytoplasmic, they found in cytoplasm which kill the sensitive strain in paramecium body. Now, lambda particles. Lambda particles, these are also born by killer paramecia. These are also born by killer paramecia, means daughter paramecium, to lyse or disintegrate. To lysis means disintegrate, disappear, degenerate. So, lambda particles are also born by the killer particles, that is known as daughter paramecium or killer paramecia for the lysis process or disintegration process. So, we have understand the four associated term in paramecium asexual stages with the help of binary fission, the cytoplasmic particles which is available in paramecium, we have understand about kappa particle, pi particles, mu particles and lambda particles. In this diagram we have understand how the normal paramecium is subdividing, here the degeneration of oral group disappearing, micronucleus is dividing mitotically where the cytokinesis and karyokinesis take place, basically karyokinesis. In C diagram the contraction take place and here the cytoplasmic contraction also take place, this means cytokinesis, and further the transverse binary fission occurred in favorable condition, basically in diagram number D, and new contractile vacuole formation take place in both the side, whether it is the anterior loop known as porter and posterior known as opis, and then the formation of two daughter cell which is called a daughter paramecia taken place. So, by this way you can understand the paramecium stages showing binary fission. Thank you.